So you may
Awesome.
not want to start it right now, so just pause it.
Morning, guys.
Morning, Jim.
Good morning, Jim.
Morning, Jim.
Good morning.
So, Andy, is it like 70 degrees already in Santa Barbara?
It's a beautiful day, brother. It's like spring. Yesterday, the blossoms were just falling from the trees. It was like snowing here yesterday. It was so pretty. I think it's cherry trees or something. I don't know, but it's just beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, man. Really happy. Of course, I'm in the office at the computer. So, what can I say? Go out for a walk later or something.
That's right.
If I can tear away.
So I can't see everybody yet. There was supposed to be an email reminder went out. That didn't happen. It did go in a commercial chat here a little bit ago. Chime in if all the senior commercial specialists are here.
Jim, I got the email, by the way.
Oh, how long ago?
Hello, Neil.
I don't know. It was in my
Buddy boy,
email
how you
this morning.
doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Well, it's good to hear.
Neil, your mic is on.
All right.
Good morning.
Excellent. Good stuff. Okay, so we're getting ready
Neil.
to rock and roll here.
Neil, your mic's on.
Did you get a copy of the numbers
Neil.
analyzer I shot over to you this morning?
Neil,
in the
your
last
mic
10
is
or
on.
15 minutes?
Neil.
Yeah, I got it, but I can't get it open. But I think it
I'll
has
call
to do
him.
with an email that I don't, and that email address I don't use.
See if I can.
That my Google
See if I
access
can mute him.
is linked to. I think that's what it is. So I may have to do it at a different time to make this call 100%. But I do know number analyzers, so if you want to go through it at what I'm to do with it once I get it up and running.
Jim, I got your email at 8 in the morning, so you're
Morning,
asking when it
Jim.
came in.
Good morning, Jim. What was your email about invitation to the class?
Well, I was supposed to go out. I didn't receive one.
You did receive your email?
I
No,
got it.
I
We
didn't
all
send it
got
out. Did everybody else get one?
Yeah, we got it.
I got
That's
it
how we
at-
got the password.
I got it at like 8:17.
On the chat or on the email?
No, on the email, on the Outlook, on the work email. And then one on the
I got
chat.
on email to 8:17.
Let me look.
Yeah, it went out 8:17 a.m. It has a password on it.
Well, I wish they would have included me.
And it would've been nice.
one too.
Yeah, all right. Work in progress. So let's see. How many? Costa, you're here, right?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just sick, man. So yeah, but I'm here. I'm listening.
Rami, you're here. Jesse,
I'm
you
here.
here? No, Jesse.
Hey, Jim, that email only went to the 12 commercial people. I just looked.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, that was from me. No, there was supposed to be a company-wide email.
I didn't
No,
get
no
a
company-wide
company-wide
feature.
one.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, we're here now.
Yeah, we're here. Al, you on the call?
Yes, I am.
All right. Mike Knight, he's at CAR, so I don't know if he is.
I'm here. I'm finding a conference room to hide in.
Oh, hey, Mike.
Hey,
Al, you on? Al Jaffricani, you on?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. Bashir, you on?
I am
Okay.
here now.
Hey, I see two of you.
Yeah, that's my background. I'll change that in a second. Thanks, Andy, for correcting that path code. That helped. Thank you.
Marcos, you on?
I just sent him the password. He just asked for it, so he'll be on.
Oh, okay. I won't I won't do the PW next time.
Yeah, I just sent him the C21. That's it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, good morning, guys. For
Morning.
those of you on the call, we've changed the commercial department up a little bit. We now have senior commercial specialists in each region. There's 7 regions. And the regions, the senior commercial specialists overlap the regions in some of them because they're so large. So that this way we will have more presence in all the offices. So what I'd like to start with before we get into everything is have everybody just so they can put a face with the name, introduce yourself and what office you're out of. Costa, you want to go first?
I guess not.
Guess not.
Well,
Rami, go ahead.
I'll go first.
So go ahead.
Can you hear me now, or
Oh, there you are.
There he goes.
All right. So my name's Costa Baristas. I am with Century 21, obviously. San Francisco office. So I do both residential and commercial. I've been doing it almost like 17, 18 years now. Nice to meet everybody.
Good morning.
And my name is Rami. I'm also out of the San Mateo Burlingame office. I've been doing it for a little over 11 years. Just focused mainly strictly on commercial pretty much. Looking forward to working and collabing with everybody.
Jesse, you on yet? No? Okay. Andy.
Okay, my name is Andy Adler. I'm down here in beautiful Santa Barbara. I've been here since 1992. Rami, probably before you were born, and been doing commercials since for about 30 years now. So I cover the Santa Barbara, probably up to San Luis Obispo, but mostly Santa Barbara, Santa Maria area, commercial sales, leasing, business opportunities, mixed use, residential income.
And they
Good.
put
Thanks,
their
Andy.
numbers in the chat.
Yeah, if you guys would, put your contact numbers in there. And this is being recorded as well. So if you guys can do that, input your contact. And then Mr. Galvis.
Great morning, everybody. Great to be here. Thanks for putting this together, Jim. I was thinking about the contacts. I think, Jim, you were going to create a spreadsheet that kind of shows all of our names and what regions we're going to be covering. And maybe you can
I have that. And what I can do,
maybe post that on the link here. So I see we have about 40 plus folks on here. So that will help people understand who they should speak to as it relates to that region. So
yeah, let me, I have the regional coverage map I want to attach with it. So I will, before the end of the meeting, I'll get this scanned over.
Jim, didn't you send that, Jim, as an attachment? You showed like me and Costa, and you showed the 7 regions under that.
Yeah.
I think it's in the email.
There's like
But I don't have the map on it.
Oh, the map. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't have to have the map. See, how do I attach it? I've never attached it on here. How do you do that?
You could save it on your desktop, and then you could throw it in.
Well, I have it in my. Did any of you guys save it?
I didn't save it, but I could try to figure out how to.
yeah,
how to put it in.
Jim, if you want to go to the chat, when you click on the chat button, you can usually attach a document there. So just when you message everybody, there will be a drop down arrow, I think, or just simply cut and paste what you have, and then if not, I'm sure you've got the laundry list of folks that are on here and just can follow back up with them.
Yeah, I'll try to do that. If I can't do that, then Rochelle, are you online?
Yes, sir, I am.
Can you come in here, please, and grab this and scan it to yourself and see if you can post it on there?
Yes, I'll be right over.
Thank you.
The great Rochelle, love it. Anyways, so I'm Al Galvis. I've got, like Costa, I've got a residential team and a commercial team. I've been blessed to be able to, I'm licensed here in California. Also have a team in Arizona, specifically Phoenix, and then the same thing with Las Vegas. So I'm licensed in 3 states. all with Century 21. So 3 different Century 21 brokers helping the residential agents with their commercial needs as well. And then I saw Andy mention too a number of things that we do. I used to specialize primarily in healthcare, but that's expanded. And so, but that was I first cut my teeth in working with healthcare professionals on their commercial needs, selling businesses in their offices or medical centers. And I live in Ventura County, but I think Jim's got me covering regions 4 and 5. And I think we share one of the regions. I don't think we have a region 3 anymore. Is that right, Jim? Did we consolidate?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Yeah. And so I know that you guys have some repositioning of regions, but primarily 4 and 5. But yeah, so super excited about the realignment, Jim. Thanks for doing that. That's going to really help our growth on the commercial side.
Thanks, Al. Edwin.
Hi, my name's Edwin. I'm out of the Downey office, which is between Los Angeles and Long Beach. So that basic area here, the main metropolitan area down here. I've been doing commercial maybe 15, 20 years and also do property management. So very busy.
Awesome. Let's see who's next. Who
I can
did I
go.
miss on the senior?
Al Jafricani.
Hey, Al.
Hi. Al Jafricani, Century 21 Masters, obviously. Mark and Al team, we handle residential on one side. I'm handling the commercial. Been in the business for 40 years, since 1986. First sold my first 32 units in 1990. So I've got a lot of experience in apartment buildings and commercial. I handle the LA County, North OC, North Orange County, and West San Bernardino County.
Awesome. Thanks, Al. All right. Did I
Sure.
miss anybody as far as the senior commercial specialist?
You missed me. I'm over here just sitting by myself, all sad, waiting to talk.
Sorry, Mike.
Michael Knight. I've been in the business since 2002 until October. My wife, Angela, who's also, and myself owned Century 21 Desert Rock and Century 21 Rose Realty in the Victor Valley, the high desert. We merged at the beginning of October. Part of our company, we grew it from a small single office to multiple locations. I've done commercial real estate. We started a commercial division, property management, large award-winning Cardis division. And I've done commercial leasing, residential property management, multifamily vacant land, some really weird stuff with hair and teeth. So I've been doing this for a long time, commercial for the last 10 years or so. And I'm up in region 5 and 6.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael. So thanks, everybody, for the introduction. Rochelle should have that pasted on to the chat here shortly. So all of you can have the region map and our senior commercial specialists. It's really going to help our division, I think. But so the main topic for today is anybody familiar with Moxie? Have they done Moxie Present on the commercial side? Because if you're a commercial specialist, you can get into the Moxie Present for commercial. So I know it's not readily visible on 21 Online. So I thought I would go in and we'd create one together, and I'll show you how to navigate through it. And then after the meeting, if you guys go in there and you have difficulty finding the way I got there and you don't see it, please let me know, and then I'll make sure that the setting is changed on your profile, because that's what the problem will be, because the residential agents can't access the commercial side of it for the obvious reason. They don't want, untrained people doing commercial. So with any questions before I get started with that?
Yeah, I got a question, Jim.
Yeah.
Is there a way for the senior commercial specialist, when you create this, or if we already have one, just create a template for us to then be able to utilize and update with our, specific contact information? That also will create some uniformity across the team. Of course, we can always add in additional pages, but can we have one standardized Moxie Present for commercial?
On Moxie Present, no, because it's a generic C21 commercial template. Now, this is all going to change, probably within 6 months. They're unleashing a whole bunch of new stuff for commercial. At least that's the timeline that they gave me. But as you see, what I've done, is I do this presentation and then I add my build out offering memorandum to it, which has our individual branding.
Yeah, no, agree, and that's great because I use Build That as well. We've talked about. I'm just more curious about having like the organization chart of our commercial team, along with any sort of company specific information about our commercial division, dollar amounts that we've sold in 2025, so we can incorporate that in our presentations and carries a lot more power with our clients.
Well, you can create templates like that, but they'd be separate. We'd have to make a hodgepodge of C21, the commercial presentation, then our company bio, say,
Okay.
and then your letter, and then the build out.
Okay.
That's how I do it.
Okay. Just a thought.
Yeah. Anybody else? Okay. Let's see. Entire screen. Everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. You see that? See my ugly mug there?
That's a good looking guy right there.
Yeah, a few years younger.
I was just
That's
gonna
Okay,
say
so
you got a
once you
couple
log
years
in,
on him.
once you log in and go to your profile, you'll go up. Well, let me go back. So once you go there, go to on the information thing where you type in, just put in Moxie Present, and then it will take you to Moxie, and then it'll say enter Moxie. Once you get there, you go to Present. And then you can go move this. You go to create new. Now, this is where a lot of people get tripped up. So you go to seller and go to continue. And then where it says brokers templates, you go to the drop down menu and you want to go down here. Because if you leave it on brokers templates, this is all you get. This here will take you to find homes and estates, Spanish, and then commercial. So and again, this is being recorded, so, and then there's a transaction flow chart. So what you do is you just click on here. Any questions on that before I click?
And I'm sorry, Jim, you said all of this is accessible for residential agents?
No, it's only if you're commercial investment. If you've taken the commercial specialist. On the residential side, until you take the classes, it's not available to you.
Okay.
So I usually do, that's RMLS. I usually do the classic.
Hey, Jim.
Create. Oh, presentation name.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, if you're certified as with a commercial designation by Century 21, that'll be available to you, or
Yes.
is there something else? Because like my experience predates the various classes that they've come out with over the years.
Oh yeah. You don't, if you have the experience, you don't have to take the classes, but it just has to be checked on your profile in Dash that you're a commercial specialist.
Got it.
And then once that's done, this will be available.
Thank you.
Hey, Jim, one more thing to kind of piggyback off that a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure about the dynamics with masters, but for those of us that were part of the other brokerage with REA and then before that Everest, our ICA, our independent contractor agreement with our broker, has to make sure that that agent can also do commercial. So you may want to check with, Jan French and the team. So for those residential agents on this call that, either have no experience in resident or commercial or want to do it, you do have to make sure usually the broker's ICA has that box checked off to be able to have you do commercial because of E&O insurance purposes.
Yeah. I mean, in Dash, you mean, or on the ICA?
On the ICA, yeah, because the brokers usually want to make sure that not everybody's doing commercial from an E&O perspective. But that's outside of my pay grade, Jim. That's for
Well, and mine too. I
What's the
don't
ICA?
see any of those, but
your ICA is your independent contractor agreement that you have with your broker.
Okay.
no, yeah. So I don't know. I've never even seen one of those for master, so I don't know how it's formatted. But for the ones that, if there isn't a box, then this way there's more control on what's put into Dash.
Sure. I know we got Michael Knight on the call here. Michael, as a previous broker owner with your agents, did you have them fill out an ICA?
Yeah, our independent contractor agreement. So commercial isn't a default box. We excluded business opportunities, property management, and mortgage for all of ours. There wasn't a specific box on the ICA, but I had a rule in our policies that they weren't allowed to do commercial without prior approval unless they were trained.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So Jim,
Mike,
you may want to check that with the powers that be just to make sure we don't want to get
And,
any.
Yeah, and we probably won't be we're not going to redo the ICAs for that,
they
but
might, Jim, on some of the ones with ours because they did it as an assignment. I think they're looking at redoing that possibly.
oh, okay. Well, I'll have to get with Chris on that and see what the plan is on that. But in the meantime, that's how this is freed up for you. Just if it doesn't work and you have experience or you've taken the classes, then let me know. We'll get the box. All it is a checking the box on Dash, and then it should open this up. Any other questions before I keep going?
Jim, I can't go that far on mine. I'm just following along with you just to see what it looks like.
So what is it? What do you see?
So when I go on presentation, you click presentation, right? And then create new. Is that what you did?
Yep.
Or okay. And then
create new.
when I create new and I put seller, is that what it was?
Yeah.
And then you continue. All I see is a default seller, 12 pages. It doesn't show me anything else.
Yeah. So you click on that arrow.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw it. My bad.
And then you go down.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jim, I have a question. This is Iris in Acadia. You mentioned a couple times about the classes. What classes are you referring it to?
So on 21 Online, on the training at the C21 University, there's commercial classes, commercial training classes. And it's the introduction to commercial real estate. That's the first thing you will need to do. And if you go to 21 Online and put on the search bar, put in C21 University, and then it'll drop down menu will come up, and then find commercial training, and you'll find it.
Thank you.
Then, yeah, and once you're done with that, there's like 6 courses or 6 modules. Then it will open up to the next level which is the master in commercial, which is like 21 modules. But that's the minimum to get going, to get freed up to access this stuff. Okay. So I put in on the presentation name, this is a listing presentation that I'm going on in about a week and a half for a building in San Luis. So you just put that in. I just leave it on classic and then create. And there's no MLS number yet, no contact. So you put the location in. MLS is SLO. Some of this stuff I'll just skip. Property type. This is well, it doesn't even give me what it is. So then you can list all the individual features, whatnot. I'll just kind of go through here. You can put your verbiage in here. Current status, active, doesn't have a listing price. It's probably going to be about 3.5. And then hit continue. So now it gives you, automatically brings up some comps, but most of these are residential. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll input them. Because these are all residential.
So quick question, Jim, just like as a side note, or a quick question. Let's say, for example, you're doing this presentation. This thing's not obviously connected to CoStar LoopNet. How do you pull those comps if there's not any comps on the MLS?
If there's none, then what I would do is go to CoStar or LoopNet for active comps, and then just like I was telling Al, you just put it all together. As you see, the comps will be able to add in as separate. It won't be ideal, but the best part about this is the templates talking about the commercial department. And once we get closer, you'll be able to see that.
Okay.
So if you don't see on the MLS, which isn't unusual, you can export them out of CoStar and put them in yourself. All right. So
Doesn't Jim, doesn't Build Out also have the ability to give comps out of CoStar LoopNet?
I don't believe so.
I've never seen it, Al. Like
I've
done it.
I don't know how to do that if they do. I don't think they do.
Yeah, because we just imported it into Build Out, but I'm curious with all the new AI technology that maybe Build Out for this year and the other resources are going to be able to do that for us.
Yeah, now like RealNex, I think you can do that on RealNex. All right, so we're going to keep going. And then you can see you can add more listings. I guess you could do it as a PDF. No, I guess not. Okay. So we got no listings. And we can put in whatever. Estimated pricing. So now here, this is the basic. There's your cover page. Now you can do a different cover page, but then you have all these other ones. Now you can, if it's too much, you can X them out. But this is all about, this is all the commercial templates that I was talking about. How long it takes to sell, and you can customize them however you want. You know, I usually try to take some of it out because it's just too much, I think. What I promised to do for you, full attention. Has anybody seen these before? Edwin, you've done these, haven't you?
Yeah, I played around with them. I used them for smaller listings, and they've been very helpful. And then I just change them around as needed. Now that I'm
Yeah.
using the other build out, I like that one better for some of the other things I do.
Yeah, I actually
Because it does a
combine them.
lot for me, and I'm lazy.
But I'm just going to scroll through these real quick. Local knowledge. I usually always put a cover letter with it. It's an introduction letter. But the map is good. That's always impressive. Owner coverage map.
Jim, I kind of used this one when I was trying to get that commercial lease, trying to show our national and international coverages,
Yeah.
trying to expand beyond local reach to show that that's what we did, and it was helpful.
Now, ideally, like you said, Al, if we could get a template that would have all our local stuff in, I mean, I think something we can probably try to have marketing create.
Yeah, I've reached out to Brianna about that, and then actually Grant as well. Just having a one-page flyer that shows all the 50 plus offices,
Yeah.
and then that service coverage is pretty powerful, especially
Yeah.
for our investor clients who, they'll look at commercial property anywhere, and so
Right.
uh, when I get something back from them, I'll share that with you and the team.
Okay.
And I think that'd be great to have.
But yeah, you guys can play with this. I mean, a lot of it you may not want to use because, like I said, it's a little bit of information overload for some of the clients. But the listing syndication, that's a good one. I always have this in there.
Also, I thought it would be great to have a page in regards to like, I think Al was mentioning this. I'm not sure if I understood him correctly, but like something that shows an aggregate, like total number of sales of our commercial division has done. And I think that shows to be powerful. Like, for example, like if you say we did $1 billion of sales in the whole company or whatever it may be,
Right.
it just shows to be really impressive. And people are like, okay, you guys are big hitters, you have a big network. that if there's a template that we could do or that constantly gets updated, that would be great as well. Because people get impressed by how much, the team sells,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Especially like on that as well on the residential side. The last number I heard is that we had about $4 billion in sales.
Yeah.
That to your point carries a tremendous amount of weight especially when we're competing against the the CBREs and the lead
Yeah.
associates.
For sure.
When the client sees that magnitude, that definitely puts us a little bit upper on that radar screen.
Yeah.
Versus they just know C21 traditionally as a residential resource.
Right.
So I'll keep voicing our need on not only the residential stuff but also on the commercial stuff as well.
Yeah. It's much needed.
And then just for everybody's info that you can use, we did the final results for our commercial department. We were ranked number 4 in the whole system, but that was only for 10 months. January and February wasn't included because REA was part of that for January and February, and Century 21 Corporate doesn't combine. It's just they just used what Masters was for the year. So we may have been number 3, if we would have put REA's production in there. So, but this year we'll do much better. We're already taken off.
And Jim, you have a question in the comments. Is there an LOI template?
No, the LOI template, if anyone needs one, I have many, and most of the commercial, senior commercial specialists do. We'd be glad to share one with you if you're a commercial person. But reach out to any one of us for that if you need it. Okay, and you can add pages to it. You can attach whatever to be part of it.
Hey Jim, real quick question. Is there a specific branding name we need to use on our marketing material for commercial? Are we Century 21 Masters Commercial or C21 Commercial Masters, or what verbiage would you like us to use?
Either one is fine. I think C21 Masters Commercial kind of flows off the tongue a little better.
Okay.
What's your guys' opinion on it?
I think the shorter the better. C21 Commercial, Century 21 Commercial is great. I mean, it doesn't matter, but
yeah, I mean, our branding's C21 Commercial and then Masters underneath.
Yeah.
But either way, your personal preference. I mean, our branding, our logo says both, so.
Yeah, the reason I also asked that, traditionally speaking, commercial has always been different than residential as far as regulatory requirements and alignment, but a lot of the agents will market their listings in the MLSs. And as we know on the MLS side, there is a requirement that our broker's name is positioned on any sort of marketing material along with any social media. And as we're probably hearing more on the commercial side, because of that lawsuit, there seems to be some bleed over to the commercial side that we have to adhere to certain consumer requirements. So that's why I asked that question. I'm being told, make sure you put, your broker's name on even your commercial deals when you're marketing that out there in the world.
Oh yeah, that's definite. Yeah, you have to do that.
Alan,
And
Jim.
the logo that we normally have is on the PDF that I had shared, is kind of at the top of the page, just to throw that in there.
So if I can jump in there real quick, there's two different things we're talking about. From a DRE compliance thing, beginning January 1st of this year, there's no difference between commercial and residential in terms of requirements to show a property, like the buyer broker agreement and the advertising requirements. Those now all line up 100%.
Yep.
And then from a brand and a DRE perspective, if you can't substitute Century 21 Commercial for Century 21 Masters. You can use them together, but you can't do anything without the Masters.
Right. And then that buyer broker agreement does not apply on leases though. It's only on
Correct.
sales.
Yeah, the commercial
Only on
leases, the
sales.
buyer broker doesn't apply.
Right, sales, not leasing.
Yeah. Because I've had that question asked me a number of times on what do you do on leases? Yeah, it doesn't apply.
But I will say that from the conversations with the DRE, I would not expect that loophole to stay very long. They're trying to make it all encompassing of everything.
Yeah, geez.
Yep.
Not surprising.
But right now, you're correct. It's sale transactions, not lease transactions.
Hey, Jim, before I drive an hour out to show a commercial lease, I'm going to get a buyer broker agreement on the lease.
Well, I don't blame you there. Okay, so we kind of went through the fast. You kind of got the bulk of what I was after to show you in case you hadn't seen it. So now you can go to view. And then there it is. But I mean, it's nice. It's nice to use this combined with the build out and your own, whatever you personally do for your clients, like your bio letter, introduction letter. And it seems like there's not a lot of commercial brokers that do that. They'll do an OM or something like that, but they don't have all of this that I've seen, because I've gone up against quite a few different ones, and mostly they have is their template OM with a letter. But anybody else have any other methods that they use that they could share with the group? That
Jim, just letting you know, I kind of do the same thing. The OM to me is just like having a CMA. It's not a listing presentation. I have a listing presentation with the offering memorandum combined.
yeah, I do the same thing. Yeah. Al, what do you do?
One of the first things I do is I had a social media manager company create a commercial video, and I send that out. That always carries a lot of weight. As Edwin mentioned, I also like build out. I think they do a really good job of the layout of the pieces of what we're trying to communicate marketing wise. And then traditionally speaking, at the end of the day, we are the listing presentation.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. The relationship business.
Yeah. For those since I see here we have 40 plus people, not all senior commercial specialists. One thing that's important too is just communication. Reach out to the folks on your team here. You know, Edwin's always been a great advocate, and I'll reach out to him. I know Rami's always in our calls has always shared ideas and best practices. So for those of those agents who are able to do commercial real estate, but are a little intimidated by it, reach out to your respective senior commercial specialists. And just I've even gone out with residential agents on their listing appointments because it shows a team approach. And so the team approach is really powerful. That's why, from a marketing standpoint, getting more of that commercial focused marketing and brand awareness is important, because that'll help us. Especially, I know Keller and Remax Commercial are really pushing hard. And so I'm starting to see some of that competition in my opportunities, whereas before I didn't see them as much as I do now. So we need to do a better job individually, just coming together, figuring out how to work together and collaborate more.
Analyst Pro works pretty well. I've used that a few times. It's got demographics, and it's got you can put your branding on there and so forth.
Yeah, that thing is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, for a fee.
Yeah, I mean, it's cheaper than build out. And you know, you can use either.
Build out is way nicer in terms of the OM. But what's really cool about the Analyst Pro is that it's on an analytical financial, like it really looks perfect. It looks like you're like a mathematical genius when you underwrite these properties, and like it, when when you show it to your client, they're just like they're so in awe of how it looks. With the graphs and the circles and all that, they're like, man, this guy's a pro, but it populates it for you. So it's amazing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Jim.
Yeah.
We've talked before about this a little bit, but if we could put together a resource with so many different companies having been come together into this one powerhouse, there's a lot of duplication and people having accounts here, whether it's Build Out or Crexy or Analyst Pro or whatever. If there's a list that we could get of resources available through the company, so maybe we don't have to have, like you and I talked about, not needing a LoopNet or a CoStar account because we have that through the company. If we have some kind of a resource to say, here's what's available, this is what it costs for you to participate in it. It's on a contract or monthly basis, whatever the case may be, so that we can kind of get some synergies there. Well, that would be helpful.
So some of that is on the resource guide.
So you're telling me I just need to pay more attention and read?
Now, I don't know if it has pricing, but I think what it does, if you're interested, to call me, or now it'll be calling one of you as well. If you click on the commercial on the resource guide, I think it gives a breakdown of Build Out, LoopNet, CoStar. I believe so. So check out the resource guide. If it's not on there, let me know, and I'll check it out too after the meeting.
That's right. That's a mistake, it sounds like. So, okay, sorry.
No, but you don't know, you don't know.
And then Jim, I was going to say, I did see that Rochelle posted the PDF of all the mapping for the commercial specialists. If we can have that added to the resource guide, so when the residential agents have questions, that'll be readily available for them as well.
Yeah, and what I'd like to, if you guys could send me your headshots as well, the senior commercial specialists, send me your headshots, and let's see if I can I'd like to list you on the commercial team on the resource guide.
Will do. Also, Jim, are you planning, I'm not sure what your agenda for the rest of the call is, are you planning on giving a roadmap to those residential agents that are on this call, what that avenue looks like, should they want to step into doing commercial, or if they need assistance, mentorship, or if they want to pass on the lead to their commercial specialists?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to open it up after this, and then kind of go through that quickly. Does anybody have any questions, or as far as navigating through this to get to where I'm at on 21 Online?
No, I have a related question though. Do you know if I don't know if I think it's Randy Workman who's still doing it. Do you know if they're going to be running a discount through the CCIM classes for the whole year, or was it just that 101 class last month?
It was just that 101. CCIM is tough. They don't like the discount much at all. But Randy, he works them all the time. So I usually find out right away if there's whether it's a scholarship opportunity or discount for 101. We tried to get them to go to 121. They did it once, like 15, 20 years ago. It was right before I got my CCIM, and it was at 121.
Okay.
And that was awesome. And they offered it for free because it was just a 2-day course. It was a consolidated 101. They don't even have it anymore. They used to call it Intro to Commercial, CCIM. And it's a 2-day course. And he keeps asking them if they do it, but they like the money.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
I did that one. I took that course, Jim. That's the one I liked. After that, I stopped.
The rest of them aren't fun. Anybody other have any questions about this listing presentation? Okay. For before we get to the roadmap to commercial, for those who are doing commercial and are planning going to 121, the 14th is the commercial general session at Bellagio. It's from 12 to 3. So if you're registered, if you look on the agenda, it'll be there. And that's always a good time. Then there's always a cocktail party that evening. So if anybody is going, please reach out to me and let me know if you're going, and we can go together to the commercial session.
And the cocktail party.
And the cocktail party.
Just saying.
So if there's anybody out there who's joining us for the first time at residential, thinking about getting into commercial, there is a path. And the first step of it is if you get a client and which happens almost every day, I get a call from someone saying that, oh, they got this client that has a commercial building or they want to lease commercial. Please do not take it on by yourself. It'll get you in trouble. And it's against company policy unless you have the training. So what you need to do, if you get approached by a client, reach out to one of the senior specialists or myself. And if you want to go through the training, you can refer it and get a 25% referral fee. Or if you do, then one of us can mentor you depending on where you're at. And then you'll take the intro course, and then you will just share a deal for the first couple of deals. And then we're always here to help. And, the best training is doing it. And as well as learn the numbers. You have to learn to talk, because most commercial clients are sophisticated buyers, and they can smell it a mile away if you're just trying to fake it. They'll know right away. And you'll end up losing the deal. That happens a lot. So just remember that. Reach out to one of us. That's why we're here. And any of you guys have anything to add to that? But you have contact info now. And so please reach out if you need any help or have any problems. We're here to help. So now I'll open it up. Anybody have any questions, any wants, needs for their clients? Floor's open.
I need a hotel in Santa Maria for workforce housing. Santa Maria or Guadalupe?
How many units? How many doors?
Probably 100 doors would be great. So 50 to 100 doors. They have about 220 workforce housing. They put a couple in each unit, something like that. So 100 doors would be awesome, but 50 would be exciting. So Santa Maria, we'll take any size. I mean, they can buy one at 25 doors, 4 at 25 doors, or whatever.
Okay.
That's my need for the day, among others, but I'll keep it short.
Hi, Jim. Good morning. I'm in the Bay
Good
Area.
morning,
So I've often have had leads requesting leasing, commercial leasing. So does Rami and Costa do leasing as well? Yeah, Costa. Yeah, Costa.
Yeah, Costa and I do that.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Any wants, needs, questions about the training?
I got a quick question, Jim. In terms of the senior commercial specialist, does anyone have any just off-market stuff, off-market with value add that might be interesting? But it's more on a private site. It's not on MLS or on LoopNet, or it's shared. It's more just kind of private listings.
Call me. I'll put my addresses in the text.
Got it.
Chat. Andy Adler. Take a look. Call me. I mean, I don't know what area. You're San Francisco, right? So I'm Santa Barbara. So my stuff, I have something probably Port Hueneme, an old hotel kind of tore up. So it's a fixer, definitely value add. I'll probably
Yeah,
always have
I'll go
stuff.
through the list and I'll give everybody a call probably next week when I'm feeling a little better. But yeah, I'll call everybody and just kind of share what we're looking for, and I have a lot of buyers, so it's kind of I do some listings, but majority of the stuff I do is buyers, so hopefully we can connect on some stuff there.
Yeah, always have off market. Yes.
I had a question actually. I've been kind of just sitting and kind of dissecting the the Airform PSA in regards to some of the things that I've been kind of noticing is that this, or I had a question, if anybody here, do you guys like do you use any specific like strategy when it comes to signatures? Like for example, like there's a section for arbitration, there's a section for for what do you call it? For like litigation and all that kind of stuff, for like liquidated damages. Does anybody ever like read the details? Do you guys strike certain things? Do you guys have, when you're working with other commercial directors and guys and, Newmark and Marcus and all that, when you get, their, when they mark things and they redline things or whatever, does anybody have a specific way or a strategy of how they protect their clients from the buyer side or the seller side when you guys are going back and forth? Or do you guys just use the document and just have your client sign on every initial on the PSA? And I'm talking specifically for the Air CRE real estate just the purchase contract. Like I was talking to Jim, for example, like you notice there's a clause that shows like something with like a 3-year where the buyer can come back to the seller after 3 years. Does anybody limit it to a year, to 2 years? Do you guys alter these things? Do you guys change them? Because I'm the type of person, like I look at all the details and I think about these things. So just I wanted to open up the floor to see if anybody like uses a certain way of how they do things to protect their client from a legal perspective, but also at the same time where your client's covered on all ends.
Every deal is different. A lot of times I have to work with the condition of property and the warranty by the lessor, typically like the 6-month warranty on air conditioning and working units of the space and so forth. And then there's also a change. Everybody asks on the broker's commission, it's got a line in there about renews. So that typically or oftentimes has to get crossed out. And there's a line in there about, I think about if a lease turns to a sale, then we're entitled to a commission. And if the tenant purchases, we're entitled to a commission. That kind of gets red flagged often. So those have been my findings. So the answer is yes. And I use like a program called PDF Converter. And I guess Adobe has the same thing, Adobe Acrobat Professional, something like that. So I can PDF convert it and put in my own language there. I usually do it in red so you can tell that it's been changed, alert everybody to the change.
Yeah, Rami, what, to kind of dovetail into that, as you know, every industry is different. And so one of the things I do is I've been trying to reach out more to my colleagues that are at other brokerages that have more of that experience, whether it's industrial or if it's, warehouse space or, refrigeration, whatever it is, retail, and just ask them, their insight on things, what they are seeing. And so I work with a close friend of mine who's at a LDM commercial. And then, she's got 35 years of diverse experience with industrial and healthcare and retail. So I just collaborate and ask questions because I don't want to expect I know. And so I would love for us to do that as a group, as a senior commercial specialist team, where we could mastermind on a periodic basis just to get familiar with what you're better at. I'm really good at healthcare, but also industrial. But then there's manufacturing, right? And there's all these other nuances.
Yeah.
And so some of that wording won't be applicable in one industry, but very applicable in another. And I need help because I don't have it all figured out. So I need to do a better job of reaching out to Jim and you guys on just cross collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of do the same. And also, I do augment the air contract as required based on each transaction. And then at times we end up with completely attorney-drawn leases where everybody's involved. Both sides have attorneys, both sides have agents, and we kind of comb through it and adjust until we lock it in where we want it. And it gets more fun when you get, a 40-page lease, but
Yeah.
those give me headaches, but we get through them.
Did you
Same
say
process,
fun? Did you say fun?
Yeah.
I hate that. Once an attorney's involved, it's going to be a challenge.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like it when the attorney's involved because the attorney then takes on a lot more of the
You
responsibility.
damn right.
So I'm happy when I have the attorney there. I'm also kind of fun when I can correct the attorney.
I agree with Edwin on that. I did a lease for Nick the Greek. One of my buddies owns a bunch of locations, but
Hey, I work with Nick the Greek.
So do I. I literally just,
That's
I'm
funny.
about to close one today. They're signing a lease. That's funny.
Oh, that's so funny.
I did one in San Mateo, and it was like a simple, letter of intent, and they sent back this thing. It was like 40 pages, just so crazy from their side, and there were so many red lines and all this shit everywhere. I said, you need to talk to an attorney because it was so crazy when I looked at it. I said, there's no way I can dissect it from a commercial real estate side, and I don't want to get involved in that type of stuff. So I told my clients, look, you got to share it with your attorney, and they shared with their attorney, and pretty much it was just they gave it to me, I gave it to the attorney, I gave it to them, they gave it to their attorney, and it would just kind of go back and forth. But a simple lease became it was almost like 5 months, So you got the leases are almost even crazier than the sales in my experience. So you got to be really careful on the leases.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never mess with it. I negotiate all of the major terms on the letter of intent, and then once both parties have kind of met, I always bring in an attorney. I always recommend, hey, let's bring an attorney because they're going to draft that lease, and I think sometimes it can be 80 to 100 pages, and I'm definitely not going to be doing that, and I'm not qualified to do it. So I just bring somebody in, and I just let them take it on, and once they've, they're happy with it, send it out for signatures, and it's done.
Yeah.
Though, Rami, they still make mistakes. I've had two where the attorneys make major mistakes in the contract. So I'll still read it. Don't pretend to know 100% of it, but I found neither do they sometimes.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Right.
We're human. We're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim.
But it sure takes a lot of the liability off of us.
Yeah. I was just on a call with my Arizona team, and they are integrating a system called by Empower called Atlas. It's an AI feature where it'll actually read the contracts and summarize it. Have any of you guys use an AI tool to now read these 40+ page leases to be able to summarize it?
Yes.
And just share it?
Every time.
Okay.
So
Are you using a specific tool or app?
Well,
I use the paid version of ChatGPT. It'll run through it, and I typically ask it some specific questions, but it'll run through it and your lease proposal or the proposals, prior to getting to the lease.
Okay.
So Al, one of the things about, the premium version of chat, you have to really direct it, right? Like you cannot ask it a general question. And so
that's right.
The way that I do it is I usually say, you're a 40-year experienced commercial real estate broker in California. I need you to be thorough in this scenario. Please show me the pros and cons of this, or please explain in detail. And what it does, it takes actually more time to process as opposed to you just putting just a simple question and just kind of throws it up. Because sometimes it'll get information from, you'll be shocked. It'll get it from like an article that might not be 100% true, whatever it may be. So you have to give it a persona and kind of be very detailed, and then you kind of submit, your doc afterwards, and you kind of see what it spits out. But usually you could tell on the paid version it takes a good amount of time, and it does a really good job though, because you'll tell it like, is there anywhere in this lease that says the tenant has to pay after this or whatever it may be, and it says no, it doesn't say that. So it'll literally read through that document. It's incredible.
Okay.
But I always go back and read it. So.
Sure.
I want to.
Thank you.
Let me add one thing to that, if I can, and I might be cutting out. I don't know if I'm cutting anybody off. The signal's a little goofy here, but I have the Chat GPT Pro paid version also. It's a fantastic tool, and just adding on to what the last speaker said is it's really helpful if you tell it who you are. Yeah. So one of the things that and the other thing is, when you use it, always use it from the same account. Don't be not logged in today and logged in the next time, because members.
And I'm going to call you.
Done.
Seems not working.
One of the thing. What's that?
No, that was Marco Hernandez, not on mute.
Oh, one of the things that's really helpful is, like when I started using it, I said, this is who I am. I uploaded all my history. I told it to do a deep dive on myself, pay attention on my LinkedIn. I've got this many years in the business. This is and I gave it my sales history and my complete bio and transactions. And in my case, I talked about the brokerages that we owned and ran and all of these things. So it understands exactly who you are and what you're looking for. And then even then you'll find
I
some
can't hear you.
Chat GPT.
I hear you. Why can't I hear you?
We'll try
Can
to
you hear me?
Hey, Marco Hernandez, you're not on mute. We could hear you. Marco Hernandez, thank you.
He just silenced it.
Okay.
So don't be afraid to, when it gives you an answer and you look at it, you go, that's not right. You have to call out and say, this isn't correct. This is the scenario. Focus more on this.
Yeah.
But once you've got it trained, it's an unbelievable tool.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
I love
it.
Thank you.
When I write a letter and I shoot it through Chat GPT, I say, respond to this letter or write this letter as if I have an IQ of 150. It makes me look really good, man. I think spits it out. It's like, yeah, man, holy crap.
I love that.
Great. Yeah.
That's a great tidbit.
I got stuck on a lease. I was on a lease and the tenant was running it through Chat GPT saying, hey, maybe you could look. I mean, I'm sure, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm sure he was saying, look at this from a tenant's perspective and blah, blah, blah. And then he was approaching me. Oh, we're concerned about this and that. I would pass it to the landlord. And then the landlord would run it through Chat GPT and say, okay, respond to these inquiries as if, you're the landlord. My God, and I'm in the middle of this Chat GPT, confluence, it's like, oh my God. So it can get a little bit out of hand. I was like, stop it, you guys already, Chat GPT.
Hey, Alice, did you have a question?
Yeah, I did. So I was wondering if we go through the 6 classes, do we get access to the CoStar company's account?
Yeah, for $300 a month.
Yeah, for a fee, honey. Yeah.
I see. Thank you.
But yeah, it's cheaper than if you go through CoStar on your own. It's what is it, 500 guys, something like that?
Yeah, 490 something.
Yeah, if you do the company account, it's 300. We're cheaper than I think just about any other company because of our size. So
the first time you use it, it's worth it. I just had to do some comps yesterday on some leases down in Camarillo. I just go there, spits them out, makes me look like a champ,
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Jim, I'll have to talk to you. I think I'm 389. And by the way, guys, your Chat GPT, I've never used it like that. So that's a big help. I've never used it on a contract. Can't wait to try to use it on a lease. That could save me a lot of time. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome, Edwin. Trust me. Even with the CRE Airform stuff, like I'll have it dissect certain things, and I'm like, okay, there's just something I didn't see, So
yeah.
Love it. Yeah, that's a big
Well,
help.
We're a little bit past. Anybody else have anything for the good of the order?
Thanks, Jim. You're awesome.
Hey, thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. This was a great meeting. And let's see, next month.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Michael. Appreciate you hopping on. So
I just want to add, if anybody needs a copy of that document, you can go ahead and send me an email and I can send it out to you as well.
Thanks, Rochelle. Next month's meeting, February 25th. Mark it in your calendars, 10 a.m. So, all right, guys.
Hey, Jim, real quick, can you?
Yeah.
I would love to do a senior commercial specialist call so I can get to know my counterparts. So maybe from now till the 25th, maybe we could set up.
Maybe we do one
just to get to know
in between. Yeah,
especially with the new folks on the call who I've not met. I'd love to just hear about their backgrounds and get more familiar and how to cross-pollinate deals together. That'd be great.
Yeah, let's touch base on the group chat and or an email and see what everybody's schedules look like and like the second week of February.
Jim, do you know when the next the meetings are in the Bay Area up north? Is there like a schedule for that? Like for the ones to be present in?
You mean like the monthly connect?
Yeah. Are they
go to the resource page? I think it'll tell you. I'll follow up after the meeting and see if I can find it and forward it to you.
Yeah, I'll talk to Costa. I'll talk to Costa and ask him.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Bye all.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.